So there folks, welcome back to Loren the Amazon Princess. We left off just before we were going into Grimoire. Wow, quest completed, instantly travel to Grimoire even. Reward 100 XP, we've leveled up. Let's have a look at how this works. We have 3 attribute points and 1 skill point. Okay, so we can put these, I guess it would make most sense to put these into strength for Loren. How much damage do they do with their skills and attacks, both melee and ranged? For every class strength, influence, how many hit points? Okay, skills. Yeah, so we just want to pump it all into strength then, basically. Okay, and then we get 1 skill point to pick as well. We've got increase maximum hit points by 15%. Increase all enemies' hate towards the warrior by 50 points, they're more likely to target him. That would be handy, I think, so they don't target our mage. Increases damage by 15% but reduces speed. So yeah, we'll take Taunt, basically, which will help the enemies target me instead of the mage. And the mage, we want to pump all our points into will, I guess. So let's do that. And what do we get skill point wise? We get Flaming Torch. Critically hits a single weakened, scared, slowed or confused target with 130% damage and a 4% chance of causing burning. Ice Flask. Same thing but with frozen. Backstab, same thing but with shattered. And choke, the same thing but with tired. God knows what those actually do. We don't know what these conditions do. I'd imagine frozen might immobilize them. I like the sound of that. We're going to take it. I'm also suspecting we probably don't want to take fire because I think we're going to bump into Draco again. And he looks like a fire mage. So we might be best speccing away from fire so that we don't duplicate things. That's both of them leveled up. Let's carry on. They arrive in Grimoire. Eleanor was able to get them past the gate guard without any trouble, just a warning to keep all weapons away. The open market in the town square was bustling with activity. So, this is all the human empire can show for their capital. God. Thing is, we've learnt that Loren can't be pushed very far, so I guess we'll just have to go with friendly. I see nothing wrong with it, Your Highness. It is only different from the Citadel. Loren looked at Eleanor strangely, but did not say anything. Come, we need to find out what these settlers know. Loren wants to search all over Grimoire for clues, and Eleanor will have a chance to react at each location. This is the time to build your character's personality. Is Loren my character? Because I don't feel like she is. She's sort of so predefined. I feel more like I'm Eleanor. Every time you start to choose between joking, funny, or false fancies, you influence Eleanor's attitude. Right, okay. So am I Eleanor? I don't know. Let's carry on. To end your search, go to the tavern. We should search the... Well, we'll just go through them in order then. Marketplace. They walked through the stalls of the market. Loren flinched and recoiled at everyone that was hurrying past her. Her patience disappeared. She stomped her foot and shouted at the top of her lungs. Enough! I'm Loren of the Amazons. I am on a search for my mother. All of the marketplace turned to gawk at her. She's such a spoilt brat, isn't she? And then they continued what they were doing, completely uninterested. Loren was stunned, having never been ignored in her life. Eleanor was worried that she would take it personally and become angry, so she swooped in to disrupt her thoughts. Let us ask one of the vendors personally. Maybe they have seen our queen. Loren's lips pressed tightly together as she reluctantly walked up to a fruit stall. I am Princess Loren, my mother, the queen of the Amazons. Fresh apples, good fruit for you. The salesman picked up a bright red fruit that neither of them had seen before and shoved it in Loren's hand. Her eyes went large from being handled like a commoner. 1 apple or 2 apples? Loren, however, was too offended to respond. 2 apples for the big woman. Oh, God. 2 apples, 6 gold. I don't know. I literally don't know. Let's carry on with friendly. No apples. We're not purchasing anything. We're sorry. Loren dropped the apple without care for it. We're leaving. Yes, ma'am. The princess will not subject herself to the horror of the marketplace again. It's because the combat arena. Surely she's got to chill out a bit there. Loren wished to appeal to the strongest people of the city, and the grand arena in the heart of Grimoire attracted her immediately. So this is their training grounds. It is odd looking, almost like a temple. It looks as if it is suited to seat an audience, perhaps for approving. We should be able to find their most influential people here. Eleanor hopes would be true, but not every culture revered warriors like the Amazons. Loren walked straight into the open pit without trouble, looking very much like she belonged there. Gladiators were training loudly before them, and a few spectators were seated in the stands. Where are all the women? Are you new recruits? I wasn't told about you. A grizzled old man eyed Loren up and down, making her uncomfortable. Behind him was a large gladiator resting against his sword. Bring me your mightiest warrior. The gladiator raised his chin. You're looking at him. Why? We need a favour in the search for my mistress's mother. The War Master and the gladiator both turned to see Eleanor for the first time. They go up to Eleanor, reaching for their weapons. Oh yeah, she's an elf. Derp. An elf? How did you get into the city? Friendly. Fuck it. I'm just sticking with friendly. I just walked in. Why? We don't need any more fighters. You can go back to wherever you crawled out from. Eleanor blinked at the bile that her existence had stirred in them. She could barely comprehend it. Fortunately, Loren stepped in between them to shield her. She's a servant of the Amazons. Servant? We're done here. Wow. Loren whipped away from the men and Eleanor rushed after her. The Empire's warriors were not at all what they had hoped. Oh, do I really want to go to the guard post? This sounds like it's going to end up in trouble. Should we just go to the tavern? I'm going to the tavern. Their search for the information was far more difficult than they had anticipated. Their investigation had only brought them trouble and suspicion among the locals. Worse, Loren was not earning any favour for being an Amazon princess. This is probably a good move, because it was just getting worse. She confided in Eleanor that if her title was not to be honoured, then she would refrain from invoking it. She was willing to put her pride aside for the sake of her mother. Well, it's about time. By the time they reached the tavern, the sun was starting to set. Fearful of getting the same treatment that she received everywhere else, Loren held back and waited for Eleanor to turn to her. It is late and we have learned nothing new. What do we do now? Eleanor was surprised at first, not understanding why royalty would ask a mere servant for advice. Then she remembered that it was the first time that Loren had been outside of the Amazon citadel. Word. Friendly. We should rent a room from the owner of this tavern and then we will make more progress tomorrow. Is it really safe for us to do that in a place like this? I'll guard you vigilantly tonight, Your Highness. Everything will be fine. Very well, that sounds like a good idea. Eleanor looked surprised but nodded in agreement as she led the way up to the man behind the bar. Loren walked up to the counter with a confident stride. Give me a room. The bartender ignored her and continued what he was doing. Did he not hear me? Maybe not. You, give me one of your rooms. Loren raised her voice when she spoke, but the owner still ignored her. Acknowledge my presence, you uneducated lout. Let me try, Your Highness. Sir, may we please rent one of your rooms for tonight? Nothing. These humans are animals. The bartender scoffed. Loren's patience was gone. She reached across the bar and grabbed the owner by his tunic, yanking him clear off the ground. In the citadel, guards, guards, says the bartender. Oh, dear. Oh, well. Some guards were standing in the corner, hurried forward to apprehend them. Draco is... Oh, look, there he is. Draco suddenly appeared out of the crowd and hurried to the side of Loren and Eleanor. Begone, weakling! No need to thank me. The half-elf magician whipped up a bright hot wall of fire, sending everyone further into panic. The fire did not burn anything, but it was too hot, keeping the guards at bay. You followed us. Of course I did. Loren drew her swords. I spared your life once, don't get in my way again. Don't kill anyone, we don't want any trouble with the Empire. Yes, what she said, I'm too handsome to die. Loren growled and ran right through the wall of fire. Draco and Eleanor could only hear her fight off the guards. She shouldn't be able to do that. Eleanor shook her head and ran through the fire as well to help her mistress. Draco chuckled at how little his magic daunted these two travellers. Not like most folk, are you? Draco will now fight on your side. He's a mage and has very useful AoE spells. The guards are resistant to normal physical damage but weak against fire. Use Draco's fireball wisely. There you go. I told you he would be fire-based. Stick him on the back row, then. Is that all we have to do? Do we get to set him up at all? No. Okay. Whose turn is it first? Eleanor. So we want to... How do we actually use the ice spell then? Nope, that wasn't it. How I spell? Ah. Oh no, that's life. Defend. We don't seem to have a ice spell that I did. Never mind. What's this? Use item. Range attack, aim shot, melee attack. Okay, just a range shot then. We'll have to have a look at that after. Maybe we have to assign it or something. I don't know. Draco can whip out a fireball. Can he? Yes, fireball. See, that's there. And it does AoE. Oh god, I've got to stop right-clicking to cancel. I keep forgetting that.
Try this on for size.
Does that work? Yes, there we go. So that burned all 3 of them, and that guy is now burning. Reduces target's attack value by 20%, lowers fire resistance, inflicts 35 HP damage each turn. That's pretty good. Loren can attack. We can probably take this guy out. If we just basic attack. Nope. Never mind, we soaked up a bit of damage. Loren again, well, we can probably finish that guy off. Those 2 are dead, there's 1 left. We might as well use the aimed shot. Wow, only did 8 damage, that was terrible. I wonder what stagger is, we haven't figured that out yet either. It's Draco's turn. It's not really worth using a fireball on this guy, is it? Magic bolt. Let's use that. And then Loren. And Loren again. There we go, we got him. You won! We got a quartz, which we can sell. And Loren has leveled up again, so we'll stick 3 points in strength. And no skill points, okay. We must have to get more levels before we get skill points. Loren kicked the last guard, sent him to the floor where the rest of the guards were groaning in pain. The fight and the fire died down, and an empty tavern was all that was left. I'm just going to click up here and see if we can assign this spell. Oh, maybe it only works when they're weakened, scared, slowed, or confused. That could be what it is. Although he doesn't have fire according to this. That's my quest log. That's the equipment. I don't know. Type active, 15 SP, range all, target single. Oh, look, and they've got... Oh, right, didn't know that either. Oh, so that's a thief ability. Right, I'm with you. So, we don't really want to level up her willpower after all. We probably want to level up her skill, since though she's a thief. Oh, we could have leveled other stuff up for Loren as well. Okay, we'll have to pay attention to this. There's Draco's fireball. Right. Okay, could have done with knowing that before we leveled up, but never mind, we've figured it out. Let's carry on. Loren wiped the blood from her face and stalked back over to the bartender. Where were we? Begone, you filth, I'll only call more guards. Before Loren could respond, a bag of gold suddenly dropped onto the bar in front of them. Everyone looked over to see a stout girl sitting at the bar with her hand on her hip. Oh, just give the silly people their room, Gunther. Stick to your own business, little girl. Little girl? Little girl? She doesn't look particularly stout to me. She stood straight up on the bar and stomped over to the party, kicking mugs and plates off the top as she did. Her small stature told them immediately that she was a female dwarf, not a young woman. And she's a bit thin for a dwarf. You take that back, Rob. You're taking my bag of gold back. Oh, I guess I was supposed to do a dwarf voice for her. I'm not doing a dwarf voice. Tough shit. Everyone stared at her. Even at her side, she looked deadly and dangerous. And if she had bags of gold to throw away, she was probably someone of great importance. Or a thief. The dwarf woman suddenly smiled and laughed. I'm just joking with you. Being little is my best quality. Fit in small places and never be found for days. My name's Dora, the explorer, by the way, and this is Gunther. Say hi, Gunther. The bartender mumbled and took the money and exchanged it for a room key. As if you'd let them stay after they set your tavern on fire. I'm sorry, that's bullshit. Dora, that's a lovely name for a dwarf. I'm Draco Firestarter, and yes, Draco reached up to shake the dwarf's hand, but Loren quickly slapped his arm away. What do you expect in return for your gold? Why are you helping us? Because you're different. You mean strangers? No, silly, I mean you're really tall and angry looking. You're an Amazon, right? And you're an elf, aren't you? An Amazon? Oh, that explains the tallness and the angriness. I'm a dwarf, so I'm different too. Here's a tip for you. Since you're obviously new around here, money always makes you new friends. Thank you for your advice. You're welcome, miss. Would you perhaps be interested in sticking together? I need all the allies I can get. Wow, holy shit. Eleanor blinked in surprise at Loren, but Draco frowned immediately. We're in the process of conducting a rather lengthy search. Would you like to accompany me? A trip, huh? I don't know about that. I can't afford to just leave my job here. There will be a substantial reward upon completion. I am Princess Loren of the Amazons. The dwarf's eyes lit up. A princess? Then this sounds very interesting. I've always been a bit of an adventurer, you see. You've gained a new party member, Dora, the thief hunter explorer. And for the first time since Eleanor had known her, Loren smiled. I'm very glad to hear that. We'd love to have you come along with us. Where did you get a formal invitation where I got a pointy sword to the throat? Loren's demeanour changed when the man approached her with a scowl on his face. I'm a magician and I have amazing skills. Look. He sent fireworks shooting out of his hand. Knock that off. Oops, sorry. You're so persistent. Loren turned to Eleanor to ask her the next question. What do you think we should do? Friendly. I think we should accept Draco. He was very helpful to us here. You do have a point. He would be useful to us in the future as well, thanks to his magic skills. I have to admit that you are right. We shall accept him then. Surprise, surprise. She returned to Draco, her expression as impassive as it always was when she dealt with men. You may join our group if you are so determined. Stars and moons, my wishes have been granted. I don't like Draco either. Loren, calm down. Yes, your almighty Amazon princess ship. Loren sighed in exasperation. Eleanor was simply amused. The newly expanded group ended up booking 3 rooms for the cranky owner. Draco and Dora each took their own room, while Loren and Eleanor shared a room. They both settled down when Loren started to undress from her light armour. She stopped before she removed her top when she noticed that Eleanor was watching. She was strong more than just physically. There was no questioning that she was psychologically strong as well, for only a person with great strength of heart would venture onward in search of her mother after such an important person was reported missing. God, that was a long sentence. So Eleanor looked away before the Amazon said anything. You're a very admirable person, Your Highness. Thank you. I'm sure you have many admirers back at the Citadel. I do, but most of them aren't even worth my time. Ah, I see. There are just too many reasons why the only real use for men is to procreate. It's just a shame that more races do not agree with this principle. The world would be a much more peaceful place if they did, don't you agree? You're probably right. Probably. You're most certainly correct, Your Majesty. The sun disappeared beneath the horizon, and the room became completely dark as night came. While the conversation could have gone better, that was the moment when Eleanor realised just how special Loren was. She was beautiful, deadly on the field of battle, and later in this tale, the one to make the most difficult decision. Wow. Someone's going to die then. Eleanor woke up with a start when she heard several suspicious noises and saw that Loren was already awake, hurriedly getting dressed in her armour. Get ready to fight. What, right now? While she sounded surprised, she was already getting ready for the conflict also. We've got trouble brewing. It's probably an assassination attempt. You should have woken up before me if you wanted to earn any respect. Before she had the chance to respond, the glass of the window shattered as several thugs came piling inside. You have no business here. The thugs didn't respond as they reached for their weapons and started to approach ominously. State your names. Despite her stentorian orders, they did not respond. Loren drew her sword without further hesitation and hurried towards the first of the thugs. Be careful. After this battle, the party won't have enough time to heal automatically. After this battle, the party won't have enough time to heal automatically, so you'll start the next one in the conditions you end this one. It is recommended that you save your game now. Okay. Well, I'll take that advice and save my game. There we go. Review your party setup. I don't think we can actually do anything anyway. Have we got any equipment that Draco can wear? No. No. Just got to make do. Oh, we don't even have Draco with us. Okay then, let's do it. Right, 3 thugs. We should probably... I'm assuming aggro is how much attention we're drawing from the dudes. So with Loren having high aggro so far, I guess we don't need to use the taunt until thingy Eleanor builds up some aggro. It's actually Eleanor's turn as well. Who do we want to go for? I guess we'll just use this shitty thing. Yeah, sort of, I didn't realise she was going to be a thief. So when we chose all the options at the start, we sort of gave her loads of willpower, which is not that useful, really. We're going to have to level up, sort of respec her as we go along. Let's just concentrate on one guy, why not? Everyone just pile into this one guy for now. Wow, these guys get some good turns. What's this? He's staggered. Can we use the ice spell now? No. Why can't we use that fucking ice spell? He's staggered. I'm sure it said... Where is she? Eleanor. How do I get... Yeah, there we go. Oh, it needs to be scared, slowed, weakened, or confused. Right, okay. Whatevs. Yeah, she just doesn't do hardly any damage at all, which is really annoying. And they really take some beats to go down. Jesus Christ.
Stand aside!
There we go. Took one down. What happened? Why did she swap places? Bandit B pushed Loren back? No! How do I undo that? No, no. Oh shit, that wasn't a good idea. Hold on. Oh, wow, this is annoying. Right. Oh, God, this is so confusing. How... Swap I don't want to swap two party members. I want to just move her to the back. Oh, never mind. Fuck it. We'll just go from here. I think she's going to get really injured from there. Oh, no, bow now does nothing. Right, okay, just defend. We'll just carry on hitting them with Loren. Oh, that's a dirty trick, that. I'm not happy with that at all. I'm going to taunt as well, because she's got more aggro, so they're going to keep attacking her. There we go. Defend. Yeah, that's a dirty trick to pull when you've only got two fucking people in your party anyway. It's very harsh. Whose go is it? Eleanor's. Defend. There's no point in building aggro up on her when she only does, like, whatever damage. Can we use potion? Oh, that automatically uses it on her. Okay, so you can't use potions on each other. I've learnt that. Can we use the life spell on her? No, so you have to heal yourself. Great. Okay, defend. And then we'll get Loren to use a potion because she's quite injured now. There we go. And she can attack as well. Defend. And attack. And attack. And defend. These guys take so much to go down. It's like, oh God.
Let's move on.
There we go. Finally. We won. And she leveled up. Right, let's put some points in skill. Because skill is the primary attribute of thieves, determining with their strength how much damage they do and everything. So yeah, we do need to sort that out. Right. If I click this, resurrects a knocked out character. See, this says restores 25% of targeted allies' HP, but it didn't let me target anyone, it just used it. I don't understand. So 3 turns of any negative. Nah. We haven't got any skill points anyway. Okay, let's just leave her. We got a standard sword. I don't know if that's something we can equip or not, whether it's of any use. After the first wave finished, Draco and Dora burst into the room. Princess Loren and Eleanor, what's all the ruckus? We heard noises and came as quickly as we could. We were a bit late, actually. Yes, we've already killed 3 dudes. There wasn't enough time for their conversation to continue, though. A new group of enemies seemed to materialise before them. Their forms seemed to solidify before their very eyes. Eleanor tensed instinctively, knowing that there was sorcery at play. The adversaries that had materialised were none other than a few goblins and a giant hulking overlord. I'm just going to quickly have a look at that sword while I remember before we get into combat. How can I compare it to the swords we've got? I don't... Oh, there we go. Damage 8, speed -1, critical hit 1. Damage 14. Okay, and this one is... Oh, this one is... Damage 10. Yeah, so that's better than that one. How... No, that's not what I want to do. I'm having a bit of trouble with these menus. Right, this sword I want to unequip. And then equip that one. Has that worked? Is this now a standard short sword? Yes, it is. Okay, that seems to have worked. God, that was a lot of effort. Let's save, because we're about to get into a fight. I might have saved over both slots there, not that it matters. The adversaries that materialised were none other than a few... Yeah, we've read that. Draco, it's Grob, the goblin shaman who captured you. Yes, be careful. How did we know that? Yes, be careful. His magic is very powerful. Not even 1 tree tall. Humph. Magic schmagic, we can handle a few greenies by ourselves. And Dora pulled out a short bow and an arrow. Indeed. Boss fight against Grob. I've already reviewed my party setup, but I will put these new people in on the back row. Right. How do we want to proceed? It is Eleanor's go first. What should we do? There we go. Look at the damage now. We've increased it. Oh, brilliant. Okay, we definitely want to keep investing in those points. I'm going to get her to start using ranged attacks against this guy. These 2 guys have hasted. Dora should also be able to do that range attack. Oh, look at that. Nice. Okay. Draco could drop a fireball on the back row.
Try this on for size.
Which takes one of them out. Loren should probably start with a taunt. There we go. Soak up all the melee attacks. And then she can attack. Let's just go for the middle guy. There we go. She's soaking up all that damage. Oh, this guy's frozen people by the looks of things. Not that it matters. We should carry on. Who was it who cast the frost spell? Was it Grob? I don't know. Whose go is it? Draco. Okay, let's drop a fireball on the front row. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Loren's needs to build up some more aggro. We're going to have to taunt again with her. Eleanor shall... Let's ranged on that guy. Loren can... No, that was the wrong button. You attack that one.
Incoming!
Oh shit, Draco's dead. Right, Loren, taunt. And then we can attack someone. Let's attack this guy. Eleanor. If we click her, can you... Is that how this works? That seemed to take health away from her. Which wasn't what I wanted to do. Did her health just go down, or did I imagine that? Did it not go from 79 to 59? It says healed down for 50 HP, but no way was she on 9 HP. Oh, frozen. Frozen caused her another 20 HP damage, I see. Right. That's annoying, but what can you do? That's not gonna be enough to kill him, so let's attack this one instead. Loren can finish that guy off.
Don't take.
Dora's dead. Wow, these characters are not very resilient, really. Let's heal Loren, because it looks like we're going to have to rely on her to pretty much take all these guys down. There we go. Just the one guy left. Let's heal her again. Oh, fuck you. Okay, so if you're going to do that, we'll just attack you first then. We'll leave her attacking that guy. Here we go. Start laying into him. He's defending. That's annoying, but never mind. Nope, we can't attack that guy from there. Fine.
If you dare.
Still Loren's go. Tried turning him into stone. It hasn't worked. So we've killed his little minion again. He's healed himself. How lovely. Thanks for that. We'll just continue attacking him. I think he's going to have to go down sooner or later. His spells are annoying as shit, though. Come on, he's on 3 HP. We've got him.
Learn from this,
There we
so
go.
You can keep up next
Aha,
time.
and that resurrected the other 2 party members. That's good to know. Right, let's level up Draco. So that will be Will. And then we've got a skill point. Increase spell points by 10%. Increase regeneration. Cures one ailment. Decreases enemy anger. Fireball. What's about? Hits with fire damage. 300% of caster's base attack. 10% chance of causing burning. Hits all enemies in a row with fire damage for 250% and a 20% chance of causing burn. That's pretty good. Hits target with water damage for 300%. So is that just the same but with different elements? Yes, it is. Half uncorporeal being, increasing the defense by 50% and speed by 10%. Well, that's going to be pretty good for casting on Loren, isn't it? Like it's basically Ethereal Visage. So we'll take that for him. Dora, the Explorer. Pinning Shot. It's a staggered target for 125%. Increases defense. That would be quite handy for her. She doesn't seem to have much in the way of HPs. Doesn't seem so good. Oh, that one increases it for a few turns as well. Oh god, that's pretty crap. Flaming Torch. These are the same ones that Thingy's got. Shattered, tired, frozen. Let's take this shattered one for her, and we'll see if that works at all, and put her points in skill. There we go. We've got a Vest of Mirrors and a Staff of Storms. Right, let me have a look at the... What do we get? Staff of Storms. Magic 3, I think that's the strength we want to be paying attention. The stat we want to be paying attention to. Magic 3, Spree Gen 1. Magic 1, Regen 0. Oh, why isn't right click cancel? That is so annoying. How do I... How do I close this window? I want to close this window. What if I click this? There we go. Oh, I see. So that's a... Right. He hasn't got two staffs. He's dual-wielding a single staff. It's two-handed. Gotcha. So, if I... Is that Staff for Storms? Yes. If I click that... Is he now wearing that? Yes. Wow, why does it have to be... This is the worst interface ever. It's like, is this the best you could do? Really? How can I close? There we go, closed it. What was the other thing we found? A Vest of Mirrors, Magic 2, that's for Draco as well then. Can I just... No, I can't drag and drop, that would be way too easy. Oops, has that done it? Yeah, it looks like he's wearing that. Right. Let me close. After a series of attacks from the party, Grub finally gave up. The creature collapsed, struggling to breathe. You've lost. Do you have anything to say before I kill you? Just one thing. Grub lifted his staff and growled an incantation that cast a spell over the entire group. Draco had no time to protect them with an anti-curse, and the group was instantly paralysed. Loren struggled against the spell, but Grub's sorcery was too much even for her. You may have managed to defeat me this time, but this is far from over. I have another surprise for you. Oh god. The dead goblins and thugs whom the group had killed were changing form, turning into what looked like city guards. Though they were in a pool of blood, the guards' uniforms were unmistakable. Why didn't Grub just kill me now if he's paralysed? We're in serious trouble now. I do hope you like humans, Amazon Queen. You're all going to rot in the Empire's prison now. Grub disappeared, fading into thin air just as he had appeared. The screams were enough to alert local guards to come running to see what happened. This is bad. Blast that Grub, he's fooled me again. You'd think I'd know better by now. We have more to worry about right now. Halt! Lower your weapons! Despite the demands of the guard, Loren had no intention of surrendering. She tried to resist as the soldiers swarmed around them, shouting obscenities. Why would they be shouting obscenities? But it was futile. There were too many of them, and soon everyone's hands were shackled behind them, and they were pushed through the streets to their fate. Unhand me at once. See you're struggling, wench. Wench, you will die this day. Your Majesty, no. Fighting will only make us look guilty. Just let them take us in. I promise I can get us out. You promise? Dwarf's honour. That's nonsense. You can't promise to get us free from a jail cell. Yeah, I can. I bet you 10 gold I can. A guard pushed Eleanor forward harshly, and she stumbled forward with a groan. Listen, I can cast a flash spell to blind them all right now. It'll give us more than enough time to escape. We can take horses and seek refuge with the elves and druids. They're friendlier than these guys by far. What are you guys whispering? Shut up! After the guard moved back to restraining Loren, Eleanor inched back to Draco and Dora. But the Empire? Oh, those guys, bunch of big meanies, really. They're just enslavers, you know, no trial or anything, but we can escape right now with my magic. This was a key decision that rested upon their shoulders at that late hour of the night. While their journey was still just in its early stages, the importance of this choice was unparalleled. But they had to make the decision quickly, and that is exactly what they did. Well, here we go. Can I save it here? Oh, cliffhanger time, folks. I'm saving it right here. Oops. There we go. So, our choices are to follow Dora's plan and escape from jail, or follow Draco's plan and run to the elves. Which one's it going to be? Dunno. You'll have to watch the next episode to find out, won't you? See you next time, folks. Bye-bye.